Thank you, PJ. That raffle was totally legit, by the way. Now let's finish the night by moving on to the formal award presentation. I'd like to ask Father Pilars, our president, of course, Toby Lovecchio, our current athletic director, and the members of the Carlesimo family, Mrs. Carlesimo and the kids, if they would join us on stage for the formal award presentation. Now I'd like to ask Toby Lovecchio if he would read the citation for this year's award. Toby's a member of the Scranton class of 1985. He's been our full-time athletic director since 1997 and is himself a member of the university's Wall of Fame. Toby.
Thank you, Pat. Before I read the citation, I want to take this moment to wish all the mothers here tonight a very happy and enjoyable Mother's Day weekend. He was affectionately known as Coach P to the countless number of students, faculty and staff, and those in the community that he came in contact with during his nearly 25-year career at the University of Scranton. And during this span, Peter A. Carlesimo built the foundation for an athletic program that currently serves the needs of nearly 400 student-athletes who compete in 18 intercollegiate sports on an annual basis. In this day and age, it's hard to imagine the challenges he faced when he took over the football program as head coach in 1944, a year after many colleges and universities across the country suspended their programs due to America's involvement in World War II. And imagine, if you will, coaching the basketball team and serving as director of athletics, along with running a football program at the same time. And yet, Coach P did it all because he loved the university and those affiliated with it. Former players will tell you of his commitment to them, his willingness to open his home to those in need, and to set another plate at the family dinner table for one more. His family wasn't just his wife, the former Lucy Rogan of nearby Oliphant, and their 10 children. His family was the entire University of Scranton community. He also answered the call to help another Jesuit institution, that being Fordham University, his alma mater, where he was a member of the football team and a teammate of NFL coaching legend Vince Lombardi. At Fordham, he had the foresight to see the popularity of college basketball. Long before ESPN and cable television, he understood the game's appeal and helped promote its growth by his work as a committee member of the National Invitational Tournament, which showcased some of the finest teams in the nation each March at Madison Square Garden in New York City. He became the NIT's first full-time executive director, a position he held for 10 years, and whose current preseason NIT award is named in perpetuity in his honor. So, it is with great pride that we, the University of Scranton, present this evening, Friday, May 6, 2011, the first award for outstanding contributions to Scranton athletics to Peter A. Carlesimo in memoriam.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Corey Carlesimo, the youngest of the 10 children. My older siblings would say I was a mistake. I always thought after 9 futile attempts they finally got it right and they were able to kind of call it quits. The irony is also that the only person in our family that has the constitution to talk about my father without breaking into tears is my mother. She's the quintessential strong Irish mother. I've seen her cry twice when PJ lost the national championship and when Sean and Rogan moved home in the mid-90s. It was traumatic for the family. I'm somewhat of a strange choice to close this out. My siblings are infinitely more eloquent than I am. In a very strange twist of fate, I inherited my father's looks and my mother's public speaking ability. But I do want to talk about Pat Leahy for a moment. You know, I knew Pat probably 25 years ago. Nick Wood, my childhood best friend, their family's here. Of course, Nicky and Pat were roommates at Georgetown. Neither one of them could get into Fordham or Scranton, and Georgetown was a good safety school. But they both flourished, the Georgetown education notwithstanding. And you know, just briefly, and PJ said it so eloquently, we can't thank Father Pilars and Pat and Toby and Bobby and the broader Scranton community and family for this. Dad would be thrilled to see this and to see how the school has evolved and a sense of community that is still instilled here. For me, it was a special treat. My 2 children are here who never got to meet my father. So it was very special that they got an opportunity to hear about him from someone else. And of course, it's incredibly apropos, it'll be Mother's Day weekend, you know, to talk about both of them. I'll never be half the man, father, husband, mentor, or friend I knew my dad to be. And you can't talk about Dad without talking about my mother. They were forever intertwined, whether it was the kitchen, PJ talked about it, at the games, in the fields, disciplining my 9 siblings. I, of course, was, you know, Jesuit trained scholar athlete, and I rarely deviated. But this was a gift to all of us to be able to reconvene with all of you and celebrate the university. And Pat, I know this was your brainchild to do this, and Toby, and we're forever appreciative. And Dad, I know you're here, and I know you're smiling. We love you. Thank you guys very much.
I'm not sure what to say, but thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for celebrating the accomplishments of our student athletes and our coaches. Thank you for remembering the lasting influence that one person can have on so many people. And thank you for supporting Catholic and Jesuit education the way that you do. We hope to see all of you next year at the Carlesimo Award Dinner. Thank you very much, and good night.